Yes, people, how you going? Here we are, another video for you. This little piece of kit that I've got is a bit of a Facebook marketplace find. Picked it up for 50 bucks, which is about 25 quid. It's a Roland MV30, which I just read that it was from the 90s and it had a sound module built in, and I just wanted it. So I picked it up. Initially the floppy drive was a bit kind of frozen. I managed to get it booted and made a track with it, which is the one you hear playing in the background here. This is forthcoming on Parallax Records. Check them out, they got some wicked releases. So I've just finished installing a GoTech drive in here. Now I'll do a whole video on this machine, and I'll try and chuck some samples together for you. But for now I'm going to get into, I made a video the other week starting a jungle track in Octamed. Someone had asked about how that track had finished up, so I thought I'd do a little video just to give you a bit of a blast on where that one went. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, and I've got a cold, so excuse my bunged up nose. Alright, so first let's have a look at where things finished up in Octamed before I stemmed out into Ableton for the final mix. I'll just have a flick through some of the sounds and the direction that things went in from here. Some of these levels are a bit off at the moment because I've been working on another track since I bounced this one. You can hear the intro starts with pretty much what came out of the initial jam. Then after a bit of a dummy breakdown and another few blocks, I broke down into this vocal drop and then a think break with the tone bass from the S950. Obviously the S950 is a classic piece of kit for the era, and the built-in tone bass got rinsed, but honestly it's got just the right amount of weight and dirt to hit you in the guts where you want it.
All the wonders I have witnessed. I got my health, I got my strength, I'm in my right mind.
Alright, so let's head over to Ableton now and just have a look at how things sounded when I first stemmed out. Yes, crew. Alright, let's get into it. So this is the first pass into live to stem out. In the lower part here you can see everything that was summed on the desk, and these tracks are the inputs that come straight in from my S950. From here I would have to, as I've explained in other videos, mute out on the desk and create individual tracks for each part that came through the desk. So as you can hear, we're just rolling through here. You got a little drop down. This is pretty much everything that you heard in the old video. And then we came into this vocal breakdown. Into this nice little drop, and from here I just started lifting things as I went forward. You can hear me start to get into this kind of, these hardcore vibes. I originate. Classic stuff. As I moved forward, I started adding other sounds that added to the hardcore vibe. You can hear down there, there's a chord from the JV 1080 that's been resampled into the S2000. Just gives it that hardcore stabby vibe. We've got this bleepy top line coming in, which I made on this Monotron and just chucked it in the S2000. I should add, once again, this is not the final mix by any stretch. That delay is just coming off of a send on the desk. To be honest, at this point, I'm not sure why it's there on that one, but whatever. Here we go. So we're just carrying on with that hardcore vibe, which I do for several bars, maybe 32, 16, not sure. We're carrying on, just keeping that vibe going. And then at a certain point, we dropped out. And we got this happening, this lovely pad. Now I can't solo this track at the moment because I've got the audio for this video coming through these channels down here. So if I just mute out these ones and you'll hear this pad. So we carried on with that vibe for a bit here and then brought in this piano part. Until we came to this little breakdown and then back in with some beats. And then I just carried that through to the end. You know, just kind of giving a bit of space for a DJ to mix out there. You know, not adding too much more interest to things. But at this stage, I started to have some afterthoughts and decided that perhaps this pad section, where are we, was just a little bit too far removed from this section. So since I'd already spent a fair bit of time separating the stems from this point, I decided to make the final changes in Ableton rather than having to go back to the hardware and bounce everything out again. Let's have a listen to where we finished up. All right, so the main changes that I made when I came in here, apart from little bits where you can see I started peppering in some additional vocals here and there. Felt a bit of emptiness in the first bit. After this vocal drop, I got into a slightly more kind of hardcore vibe here from the get-go. So yeah, that kind of carried through much the same as it did in the previous version, but the main change here was these pads. So I just felt that these fitted a lot more with the hardcore vibe. You know, and I continued the theme of bringing in a piano. Pretty epic vibe going on. And you know, this isn't a final mix, folks, so you know, don't judge me. And I added a 909 here. Just build that section. You know, and we're building up. And then basically we get into a little bit of a climax here. Mini breakdown. And then back to that first bit. And that's pretty much how it finished up. So I won't play you the whole track. I've still got some mixing to do here. This one should be getting a vinyl press in, so you know, I look forward to sharing that when it's finished. And I have a few plans for different videos. Here, let's put this on in the background here. So yeah, I've got a fair few plans for different videos. you know, let's do another one that's all mixed on the desk and mastered to VHS down here. That'd be fun. Let's leave that there, and I'll check you next time. Big up.